Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we're going to be talking about two things, mainly though dungeons. First things first, obviously we received these nice in-game emails. One of them is Parry correction, and as I discussed in one of my previous videos, is the fact that Parry didn't essentially get changed. The description got corrected, and it's overall just like a nice positive thing for everybody in the game who had unlocked Parry Mastery to be able to get some free units, and outside of that nothing realistically changed at all, and that's wonderful. That's great. So we're gonna go ahead and claim our free 405 units. Who doesn't like free units, right? Especially if you don't have to realistically work for them. And now we have dungeons schedule adjustments. Greetings. Unfortunately, due to unforeseen complications, we are ending dungeons early. This is surely something to do with the dungeons update that is coming extremely shortly to the game, and I'm personally excited. Now, first and foremost, the fact that they're ending the dungeons runs early, it is what it is. I'm not like overly happy or whatever about it, because I don't know, I probably would have preferred to play them out, but either way. So here are some tier 4 class catalyst fragments and some artifacts and some gold, so you can claim that. But the question now is how these dungeons are going to be changed. Now, the one major hint that we have gotten so far from Kabam is basically that these dungeons will have increased amounts of gold, and that's great. However, I myself obviously I'm always extremely critical about dungeons, because currently in the game dungeons seem like a completely wasted opportunity of having potentially one of the best kind of like game modes, or great game mode. I think they should probably also expand on the concept of dungeons and release a solo version for it, and there are many things that they could do. And when the dungeons initially got announced, I was like properly excited for them, and then you realize that they offer hardly any worthwhile rewards for the time they require to put in. And to this day, I believe that dungeons are one of the worst game modes when it comes for reward versus effort and time. So only reason I like to play dungeons is because some of the fights that are extremely fun. There are some unique, interesting fights in there. You can push yourself, you can challenge yourself, and I'm always kind of like open to test myself and just have a bit of fun. But when it comes to me approaching dungeons from a pragmatic point of view, then dungeons are definitely at the very bottom of the tier list where you should be investing your time in this game, because those artifacts add relatively slow. There's not much outside of the artifact that you're too interested in. You get drips and drops of some catalysts. It would be great if there would be some guaranteed amounts, so on and so forth. And they have tried adding these friendship bonuses with like 200 5-star shards, but it's all just so kind of like measly and unnoticeable realistically to your actual account progression. The dungeons have largely remained to be kind of like a sideshow attraction and not anywhere close to kind of like the main talking points of this game, which are like arena, story quests, monthly quests, AQ, AW. These are kind of like the cornerstones of this game, in my opinion. And obviously then we get variants and stuff like that, and dungeons is just something on the side which you can do. And in my opinion, dungeons definitely have the potential to be one of the major game modes like arena is. In ideal world, and I have said this before on my channel, I would like to see dungeons as an alternative to arena, where you acquire champions and or kind of catalysts. And the difference from dungeons and arena would be that arena is something you require immense heavily time investment and to grind for 3 days straight, or just to kind of like significantly spend your time in arena. And dungeons would serve as an opportunity to achieve similar or the same results, but based on your kind of like your player skill, as in like the better you play, the more hardcore you go in the dungeon, the further rooms you try to push, the less time overall you have to invest compared to arena. So I have long kind of shared my opinion that dungeons, in my ideal kind of like gaming situation, should be a faster option of an arena that's based on skill and your own personal capability, and then you could kind of like divide players who maybe don't want to focus as much, or who maybe are not as skilled as much, then they go grind arena for 3 days, and then at the same time maybe you have some more skilled players that can achieve similar results in like a day or day and a half by like playing hardcore in dungeons. So that is something I definitely like to see. I think there's definitely a lot of potential. I am super excited to see what Kabam is actually going to change with the dungeons and how they're going to function now. Apparently Dorky Diggy Dave gave them like good reviews on that, saying that he definitely wants to take part in dungeons and play dungeons after having tested out their kind of upcoming changes. So that is reassuring to a point. Obviously we're gonna carefully watch and wait for an update and try and test out for ourselves, but yeah, so that is it I wanted to talk about in today's video. For now I'm not gonna stretch out too long for you, and let me know what you guys think. What do you hope dungeon change will bring? Do you think they're gonna solve your gold problem? And are you happy overall that dungeons is the game mode that's getting modified now? That all being said, that will do for today. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. See ya.